Hello everybody, I am Tony. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be going through every indie brand I own, and we're going to be looking at my favorite palettes from all of the above. So let's just get into this. Everything is in absolutely no order. I just picked my favorite palettes from every single indie brand I own, which is quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of palettes and I collect a lot of indie brands, which is, no secret. So we're just gonna start off with Gourmand Girls. These palettes are probably dirty and messy, and not dirty, but messy because I use them. They're my favorites. You know what I mean? So this is Gourmand Girls. This is called Peach Perfect. This is what the color story looks like. I absolutely love the mattes in here. The shimmers are so impactful and so beautiful. And then I love the, what are they called? Pastels in this palette. The few that are in here, like this one and this one, just beautiful. And even this one, which is a really weird shade. It's almost like an army green, but like khaki version of it. Really, really pretty. Love that palette. Okay, we're gonna hold off on that one. Okay, Odin's Eye. This is the Norns palette. This is the original one. It looks like this. I've used this palette so much, and I honestly need to buy the new one, but I love this palette the way it is. I use it like crazy. It is just stunning. The colors are beautiful and shimmery and impactful, and the mattes are wonderful. The satins in here are great. There are so many formulas, and this one thing, it's absolutely amazing. I've never worked with a palette where there are so many different formulas in one palette, and I am just so blessed to have this. Okay, next up we have Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is a Sickly Sweet palette. This is a newer palette to my collection, but doesn't matter. Love this. I love this for the light tones, all the pastels. It's perfect for this time of year. I use this literally almost every day. I like the dark tones here and there. It adds something to this palette that makes it totally different than every other pastel palette. So very, very, very much love this palette. Okay. Next up, we have Danessa Myricks. This is the, it's upside down. This is the Lightwork Volume 5. I don't have the 6 yet, so for now, this is my favorite. Like I said, these palettes are messy because I do use them, and, they are what they are. I have nails, so I can't use my fingers to stick in shadows, so I have to use brushes. So they get a little messier than most people's do, but the Lightwork 5 is definitely my favorite out of all my Danessa Myricks palette. Okay, I had a message on my screen. I was just checking it. This is my favorite Bella Beauté Bar palette. This has been through it and back. If you look, you can actually see this went through the fire that I had. It has a broken mirror. It's still safe to use. I had to repress this shade right here, but right now, this is what it looks like. I would love to replace this with a new one. This is to the point where I've hit pan on quite a few colors, and I'm close to hitting pan on quite a few more. I would love to replace this. Other than the mattes, I'm pretty close to hitting pan on all these. So I absolutely love that palette. If you have a chance to get it, I would say go for it if you want it, because it's not always easy to find. A lot of people try to take advantage of you on, like, one of my earrings is missing. Let me take this out. I feel like an idiot. Ow. I took a nap earlier, and it probably fell out while I was sleeping. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Now, I do have a couple brands in here, I'm not gonna lie, that some people might be mad at, some people might have a gripe with. You know what? I believe in second chances, and I'm just gonna show them. This is my favorite Ensley Rain product, and it's their Strawberry Moon palette. I bought this way before they ever had problems. This is what she looks like, and yeah, that's that. I'm not gonna keep them on an extra long time, but that is my favorite palette that I've ever gotten from them, and I do really like it. I'm not going to stop using it. I haven't used it on the channel though. So, okay. This one's a little bit different, but it is an indie brand. This is Rasha B Cosmetics. You get this through one of the, it's not Ice Cream Beauty. It's, something Glam, the Glam Bag. I don't know, but the Goal Digger, Goal, like Goal. This is my favorite palette from her. I love these mattes. I love these shimmers. Just beautiful. I use this green shade unstoppably. Like, I really, really like this palette. I have probably 6 or 7 palettes from them, and I actually really like the formulas and stuff. It's a really good company, considering that it comes from an indie brand that's made out of a beauty box. So it's Slay Glam Box. That's what it's from. Okay. Next up, we have Simply Posh, the Genuine Gems palette. This, I don't hear people talk about ever, and I don't know why, but I love these colors. These colors are so pretty. Just, I love them. The tones that are in here, this blue right here is so gorgeous. So is the red. The green is gorgeous too, and so is the purple. They're all pretty, if you ask me. I mean, you can never get too many, you know? It's like eyeshadow palettes, you can never have enough. Next up, this is Shroud Cosmetics, another one where there have been problems in the past. But like I said, I believe in second chances. This is the Peaches and Dreams palette. I love this palette. I love that the shimmers in here match the shades. The shades are very, very, very fragile. So I have to be careful with this palette. I've had to repress this purple like 6 times. But I do love this palette. It is wonderful. Okay, let me start a second little pile for the little ones. Next up is Cosmic Beauty. This is the Delicious Delights palette. I do have quite a few of their palettes. I have quite a lot of these company palettes, but this is my favorite Cosmic Beauty palette. They don't have too many shimmers in their palettes, but it keeps the price way down, which is really, really nice. I do use the mattes in here more than I use the shimmers, though. I usually use this as a companion palette rather than for a full look, but it has the perfect tones in it. I use this green all the time. All the time. Another one in here that gets used a lot is this blue and then this purpley blue right here. I use them a ton. So next up, we have Wicked Widow Beauty. This is the Resurrection palette. This is a mess. It is the ultimate rainbow palette. It has a matte and a shimmer to match with most of these. I'm trying to get the color to shift. There we go. You guys see that red to green to black? Oh, it's so beautiful. I love this color scheme. It's so beautiful. It is a mess. I should have cleaned this one. I did clean a few of these beforehand, and I didn't think about that one. Okay. So next up, we have Sugar Drizzle, and this is called, What If I Fall? And it says, oh, but my darling, what if you fly? This is the Warrior palette. It looks like this. I've had this for about a year now, and I love this palette. It is really small, really curated, and really perfect. I will probably take this on vacation with me and use it. Again, I took this on vacation with me last year and used it a ton. So I am so excited about going on vacation. And let me stop doing that to my palette before I break something. This is from Glaminatrix. This is the Exquisite Eyes palette. And we are already making a mess of this one. It is a newer palette. Hi, guys. But I have used all the colors in it. It is beautiful. This, like, chartreuse right here is amazing. I love this middle color with it. They look great together. I love these little mini palettes. I had to pick. It's the green one. Okay, next up we have Kaleidos. I still have some of these. So, this is the Astro Pink Futurism 3 palette. And it looks like this. This is gorgeous. This blue is unstoppable. I can't believe I haven't hit pan in this yet. I will, I'm sure. This black is one of the most beautiful blacks. It has this glitter in it. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure you could see how impactful the glitter actually was. But, just stunning. My favorite palette from them. Okay. Next up, we have Unearthly. This is the Devour palette. It looks like this. Some of these colors have a little bit of the other colors on top of them. Like this one has the red on top of it. So does this one. This one is like a green to pink shift. And it has some of the red on top of it. So it looks a little stained, but it's not. This is a beautiful color story. I love this, that this came out for Halloween. It looks like such a Christmas palette, and for Unearthly to do it as the Devour palette. I mean, come on now. This is just amazing. And that one was a hard one to pick, Unearthly. So, next up, we have the Fantasy Cosmetica. I couldn't remember the name. This is the Harvest of Souls palette. This is probably the newest palette I have in here, but I have dipped into most of the shades in this palette. Most of them. But you can see it's still really clean. So, anyway, I like this palette because it has like little quads, except for right here. This one, there's like 3, and then there's 5 over here. But I love this palette. The greens, the blues, the berry tones. Not berry tones, but like pinkier tones. And then the grungy greens. Just stunning. And the whole premise of the palette is just amazing. I think they did an absolutely amazing job on the artwork for this palette. Okay, next up we have Menagerie, and this is the Sugar High palette. This is what it looks like. This is a really bright, fun palette. I really like playing with this. It's a lot of fun. Definitely. I don't know. I like this palette a lot. There are beautiful shimmers in here, wonderful satins, and then great mattes. I don't always say that I love mattes, but the mattes in there are definitely good. From, who's this from? Clarity. Took me a second. This is the Angry Leprechaun palette. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. I'm trying to see if I can get some of the shifts to, or maybe, there we go, a little bit. The pink at the bottom and the red at the bottom. I don't know, they're not shifting that much, but that's okay. I was just trying to show you guys a little bit. This is such a pretty palette, and it just gives everything you want in one. It's absolutely stunning, and I am not the biggest fan of Clarity's mattes, but they do have a decent formula. Okay, next up we have, did I take the plastic off this? No, I didn't. Are you supposed to take the plastic off this? I don't even know. This is an Adept palette. I've had it on there for so long. Everything is coming off of it. Anyway, this is the Cyborg Choir palette. I attempted to clean this up a little bit, believe it or not. This is one of my favorite palettes in my collection, wholeheartedly. I love this blue. I love this yellow. The rest of the tones are beautiful, but these two are the top two. I wish this yellow was a little bit more impactful, but I have that elsewhere in my collection that I can grab from. So this is a great palette from Adept. It's not a cheap palette. Adept palettes aren't cheap, and I don't think they should be. They have so many special shades and so many special shimmers that it's, I don't know. Okay, next up we have Slay Glam Box. They're another problematic brand, but I figured I would mention it anyway. This Slay Glam Box. That's not what I meant to say. Saints, Angels, and Sinners. This is a thing they did with Slay Glam Box. So, this is the You're a Star palette. I like the colors in here. This green to purple is one of the only places I have a color like this in my collection. I have a purple that goes to green. I don't have a green that goes to purple like this. The orange in here is really shifty and pretty. The greens in here are just chef's kiss. Perfect. I'm not the biggest fan of their mattes, but the rest of the colors make it worth it. So that is all I'm going to say about that one. I only have 2 left, so I'm not keeping you guys here forever. I got a palette from Nico Cannon. I don't know if you guys know who that is. She does a lot of shorts and things on YouTube. I got her eyeshadow palette, and this is it. It is the Diamonds of All Seasons palette. I love this palette, and for once, I have pan on a brown shade and no other color in the palette. I have fallen in love with this color, and I don't think she sells singles, which is a darn shame because I would love to be able to replace that once I use it all up, but it was only a $35 palette, I think. So it's not like it was outrageously expensive for getting a 10 duochrome palette. Some of these are multi-chromes, some of them are duochromes, but these are absolutely stunning. And then last but not least, this is just a special mention. This is a empty palette. I know it looks like a Bella Beauty bar palette, but if you look at the inside, you can see that it's definitely not. It doesn't have the liners in it. This is one of my favorite palettes. I use this literally almost every day now, and I am in love. I bought this off of Mercari. Somebody made it from Bella Beauty bars, singles, and from different palettes that they've brought out, like the Vamp palette, the recently de-influenced palette, things like that. The Secret Garden palette, maybe? I don't know. One of the garden palettes that's not this one. And there's like one in here from the Warrior palette that's not from Bella Beauty bar, but I'm just saying there are colors in here. Like if you look, you can see it's so hard. Yeah, it's hard, but you can see it's starting to shift. Like this one right here is starting to shift. These are such beautiful colors, and they are matched so perfectly. I am so happy with this singles palette, and I bought it off of Mercari, of all places. So just wanted to add that in as a special mention because it is so close to my heart. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. I love you all and appreciate each and every one of you, wherever you guys are, whatever time of day it is. I hope you're having a great one, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, bye guys.